What's up, man? So, this is what we about to do today. We ain't about to play Fortnite chat. Look, I've been seeing this stuff on Twitter about the dude and his wife. He let his wife, I guess they porn stars or something, he let his wife get hit by another porn star. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we about to watch that and see, because I heard they did the interview. So we about to watch the interview. And we about to see what they talking about. Because I don't know how he allowed this. I want to know how they got to this point. How did they get to this point where they doing this goofy? This is goofy. I'm not going to lie. If you don't think it's goofy, bro, kudos to you. But to me, it's goofy. Here we go right here, man.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And guys, never say that I don't give you what you want. You've all been talking about it. You all want to hear it. I got the one and only Lena the Plug, my wife, on the podcast to talk about recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how I'd probably never come on the podcast again, but if I f***ed another guy, so now I'm allowed to come on the podcast.
You thought you were never going to come on the podcast again?
I mean, it's
She
just
laughing
like,
about it,
no one
though.
wants
Hold
to go to
on.
the Plug interview.
She laughing about it already. That's a red flag. What is she laughing for? She talking about I hit it the other day. You brought me on the pot. What? She would have had to get off immediately. We would have had a security grab her. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. We would have had to get a divorce. We would have had to get a divorce, bro.
But then
He talking
someone
about
else, and now it's like, oh, she needs an interview.
He
Okay,
said,
you
hell
did
no.
an adult scene with
Yes.
someone else.
I mean, but it's like, it's when I think about it, I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, when you were in your mom TikTok era, probably that wasn't going to be the thing that made me like, okay, let's get her on.
Then
I had you on here a year and a half ago with Flacco.
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just
Just
give you a
to
little
do it.
press,
Yeah.
get some stuff out there.
I'd feel more comfortable if he was here. I feel really uncomfortable with the fact that it's just you and I, and we're going to talk about this in front of my brother-in-law, Josh.
He's not paying attention. He's not even in here.
Oh, he left.
No,
Thank God. I
that's
was like,
done.
oh, Josh is in here.
Don't put Josh on blast.
I just feel comfortable.
No, but this might actually be the first time that
Bro,
you and I
hella
have been on
sleep.
this podcast together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That didn't constitute me coming on here, but this event did.
Seems like an after.
Married, though. Married is crazy. Why didn't y'all do this before y'all got married? Married? As soon as y'all get married, y'all created the sin. What's the sin called, bro? Because you're not supposed to do nothing like that when you're married. Devils. That's what they are, bro. They're demons, bro.
Thought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The
Do you
honeymoon
feel
was great.
different? Because everyone's like, do you feel different now? I'm like, absolutely not. It's,
Yeah, no.
it's the exact same.
We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything.
Went on the honeymoon.
But it's not like the rules changed. It's not like, we're going to do things differently now that
No,
we're
we
married.
already had the house, the kid,
Yeah, we did most of the serious stuff in
Yeah.
advance.
The
I
manager's
don't know,
"All right, I
Chad.
guess we
They
should
look a
just do
little-
this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap
Like
it
the
up.
connection
Yeah, I
ain't there.
guess. So, okay,
Let
this
me get this off her face.
If you're tired of spending a ton on all your streaming services, then welcome to Philo.
I feel like
Say
the
goodbye to
connection
cable
ain't there.
boxes,
Adultery.
long contracts, and endless searches for.
I
this
feel like
is the
the
first thing that I thought might be useful.
Y'all think the connection there? I don't see no connection for them to be husband and wife. It look like these niggas strangers, honestly.
For us to lay out is let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing, because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the
I swear to God, if my girl ever said that to me, she's done. Cause why are you even thinking about that? Why would you ask me? Have that ever crossed my mind if I want to sleep with? I mean, cause why is she thinking about that? I might be thinking about that, but why is she thinking about that, bro?
context of I think we were talking about swinging.
I know,
Yeah.
man. I gotta eat the
Yeah, I
cereal.
mean, because people
Tyler.
don't really know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we
Okay.
had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like we went out, we partied, we had a really fun, hot sexual experience, and we were always kind of down for a little bit of freaky things. You
There
know?
was 2 or 3 other people in the room
Just watching us.
who were not there to see us but they just happened
Bro,
to be in
they
the room because we were all
freaky,
just hanging
bro.
out. This
Yeah.
was back in the Adam and Lena party era
said
that didn't
early
really last that long.
relationship, you gotta
And
make it
at
hit
that
his girl.
time, to be totally honest, you were pretty much a random girl to me.
Yeah.
We
She
didn't have
random,
any
she
kind of
random.
We went to
emotional
emo night.
connection. Oh my god!
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night. Okay.
Shout out emo night. And
All right, so running a train on her is
I've always been
different.
somebody
and she
who, throughout
fucking
my life,
stranger.
there's been a bunch of different times where
marry her?
me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it. Enjoyed it with you that night. But then once we started to actually get closer and closer to like dating, it became like, no, we're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never talked about it again, and then
maybe-
you talked about it on the podcast. the
We
other
maybe
day.
didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I
well,
mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
that is a good point. Yeah.
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always gonna do, who's just very into sex.
All right, so Sean Nelson, this is what's going on right now. These two married, right? She just did a scene with a black dude, like, cause she a porn star. But they married. Never. I would have had to be in the scene. First of all, no. I would have had to be in the scene. It would have had to be just me in the scene, bro. It wouldn't have even been no question. No another dude.
And likes to try fun and new experiences. I was just like, are we really never gonna have an experience like that, even off camera, ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was
She
the fact
needed
that we
that.
had multiple different couples on Plug Talk where
Once you go
either they
black.
were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff. And slowly it started to seem like, well, maybe this rule is kind of arbitrary.
Well, I think for us, it was also seeing those couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship. When we would bring girls in, like, I would be so much more into you after and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot, it turns you on. So it's like, I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used
That
to
don't
it.
turn me
That
on,
is
bro.
a problem with
But
us. Yeah.
like, what I feel like you would think it's hot to watch me have sex
She
with someone
said she
else.
probably
You know
threw
you think
the
it's hot. We did
neck,
it
bro.
once.
She probably threw the neck.
But that
bro.
was like, my dick is in your mouth and he's in your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like.
Right. But I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner because there's a whole
Okay,
narrative.
I don't think you're a cuck. Are you gonna go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid to
The cuck.
deny.
Okay, so there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
They're
they
humiliated.
want to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser, and I don't think that that's you. I think that there's like the more swinging side of things where it's like you are.
That's what I'm saying. She could have watched him, but she talking about it died down. I think she think that he into it with her though. This shit don't look like he into this shit, cause she look hyper, talking about it, explaining it. He over here on some just questions, sitting in the back, bro. All right, so resilient base. So that's his wife right there. She basically just did a porn scene with somebody from the industry, and he had to allow it, cause I guess I don't know, bro. Like, I'm confused. We watching this shit though. I ain't gonna keep stopping it.
Turned on by your wife enjoying someone, and then she comes back to you, and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more with each other because she did that.
Bro, I would
Right.
have cut
But
her.
I mean, you
finger
have
off,
barely even
bro,
done the
with
thing
the
that you're
ring on
kind
it.
of
I would've cut
inferring,
her
which is
finger
like
off.
me going and fucking another girl and then just like telling you about it. Because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up and you were sick as a dog, and so you couldn't come to set that day, but it was a girl. Shout out Alva J. Everybody sign up on onlyplugtalk.com.
Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't.
No. Onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the
Yeah.
scene. But me and Alva J, we did a scene while you were at home, sick as a
Puking.
dog.
Yeah.
And you
that
didn't want to see
finger
it
off.
afterwards. You were actually a
Yeah,
little...
before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene. Don't tell me how it went when you come back, and I don't want to see any clips from it. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
All right, she ain't
because
wanna
when
see
you
no
came
clips.
back from doing this scene the other day, I wanted to hear about it. And
A lot.
I wanted to know what I was going to find out. I wanted to know, like, what's the most extreme thing that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to, like, manage whatever the fallout might have been, more so than, like, trying to avoid... I don't know. Like, why did you
I
not
text
want to
Adam
see it?
after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried Chicken? I just like act like it didn't happen.
She just got
That's
hit.
true,
Act
yeah.
like it ain't
But anyway,
happened.
So we've had,
She
I don't know,
stopped it, but she
maybe
really
200
styling on her, bro.
threesomes over the year. That was our rough estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera. And then that kind of seemed.
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck.
Yeah, that
It
probably
was always unfair trade.
intentional.
Guys that she
Yeah.
never want to hit. She shouldn't even want to hit no guys at all.
I don't know. Like, it just kind of seemed
She
like,
irritated
if
me,
you
bro.
are going to do it for the first time,
They married.
we should roll it out in a way that actually.
Is any of
Is
y'all
as
like this in the
exciting as
chat?
possible.
Any of y'all girls like
yeah,
that
I
in
mean,
the chat?
I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se.
Is y'all
And
that
then
freaky
I
though?
also, like, I knew it was going to be a big deal just because, you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult.
For real, though. You
fan
can't act like that
audience,
ain't
and
happened.
literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, blacked, whatever. So I knew that my fans were going to be excited, and I knew that the wedding
talking
thing was
about
going to
the
be a
fan.
factor because it's
What?
like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't think it was going to be this big.
But
of a
it's
deal.
weird because we had been talking about it before the wedding, and sort of like, you know, the idea was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard
Yeah.
decision on.
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. I was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon. But when I come back, we should shoot.
right.
She
And he
texting
was
a
like,
nigga
okay.
on a
And a lot of people seem
honeymoon
to
talking
think
about she
that
trying to do a
it
porn
being him
scene.
or it being a black dude was the thing. But what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that were considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes.
No, there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's
They-
worth mentioning
right,
that we did
though.
a
He's
TikTok
strong,
in
bro.
Vegas back in
He is
January,
strong.
where
She would have been getting
and
picked
this
up
might have
on
been, like,
all
the
those
first time
white
we ever
ones
even
in there.
joked
What
about
are
it
you
on
talking
camera.
about?
But I said to him,
I can't-
in the
I
TikTok, I
don't-
said,
I'm
"Who's
not
the
that
hottest girl
emotionally-
here?" And then he like
emotionally
put his
mature,
arm around
bro.
you and walked away with you, and that I believe has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea, because that made
Bro, they trying
everybody
to-
want to talk about it, right?
They trying to compare this
And
shit to
he was
money,
like the
bro.
obvious choice. I was like, oh,
I'm not
I have
doing
to
that
go
for
with
money.
him.
I don't
This is
care
what
how
the
much
audience
money you
wants.
got, bro.
9 million views on
If
this
you got
video.
that much money to
Definitely.
make
So,
me think about
okay,
that, bro, you can
going
have
into
her.
it,
I don't even want her
How
no
did you
more.
feel?
Okay. So
Let's see how she felt.
I didn't really know the shoot was going to happen until the day before the shoot.
That is a
It
good
all
point.
happened so fast because in my head I was like, oh, this is going to be my debut scene. I'm going to need like 2 months
Debut?
off. I'm going to go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean,
Exactly.
I am a
What is
human
she
being, right?
talking about? He said, bro, I'm a human being. What is she talking about? Debut scene. Bro, she would have got divorced right after this interview. I swear to God, bro. She's tripping. What does she mean, debut scene? Nigga, this a regular scene, if any scene, bro.
Like, sorry.
Hold on. Let me go back for y'all.
With him, this is what the audience wants. 9 million views on this video.
Definitely. So, okay, going into it, how did you feel?
Okay. So I didn't really know the shoot was going to happen until the day before the shoot.
That is a
It
good
all
point.
happened so fast
This
because in my
dumbass.
head I was like, oh, this is going to be my debut scene. I'm going to need like 2 months out. I'm going to go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean, I am a human being, right?
No, but like, sorry.
Dang,
Like,
bro.
talking about, like,
He's
my
trying to
first
laugh.
scene.
That
And
shit is
obviously,
not funny.
It's
bro.
not my first scene. I've been doing this for 7 years with you.
Right.
But like my debut scene with another man.
Another man. There we
Okay.
go. A different man.
A different man.
A different but equal. But
Yes.
Wait, so was she a porn star before she met him? Or did she just get into the porn star with him? Because that's a different story. It sounds like, you feel me, she wasn't even in the game yet. She got in the game because of him. And now she want to be... See, man? You can't trust these girls.
man. Right? Everybody in the room is laughing just in case anybody wants to
feel
know
like I'm
where
fully
the
red in the face
snickering
right
is
now.
coming from.
We ain't
But anyways,
laughing.
in my head, every girl does this, right? You have a photo shoot. You're like, I'm preparing for my photo shoot. I'm gonna look good. This, that. I had all this shit in my head of like what I was gonna do to prepare.
Every girl do this?
For me, I'm getting
said
excited.
every
It's
girl.
Saturday, and I'm about to play poker tournaments on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to get breakfast, and you're like, "Hey, Jason is in town. I might shoot that scene tomorrow." And I'm like, "Huh, okay."
Yeah,
crushed
it was
him.
awkward.
Crushed
My
his,
sister was there. She's
crushed
like,
his
I don't wanna
poker
be here for this
dream
conversation.
Okay, and so
at breakfast.
yeah, I don't know. You continue.
I mean, and then I just walked away. I was like, I think I'm gonna shoot with Jason tomorrow, and you were like, okay. And I walked away. I went to wash the dishes or something, and then I come back, and you're just like, no facial, no kissing. Okay, that was like the extent of the
No
conversation.
facial, no
Right.
kissing,
And then I
no
left the next day to
sucking.
do it, and you barely said bye
Bro,
to
what
me
do
because
you
were playing
mean,
poker.
bro? I would have had a
I
whole
said
list.
bye.
Bro.
I mean, I'm playing 8 tables at the same
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's kind
No
of hard,
touching.
but
And then
I'm so glad that I
Like
was
what,
doing something
bro?
that is like
Nigga said no
requiring
kissing,
of the
no
most
facial, bro. That's
cognitive
not
load
nothing,
possible. So it made it kind of hard to think about it while it was happening. And then by the time you got back home, I'm like basically like finishing up poker then. So I didn't really have a ton of room to think about it
Is this
while it was
thinking she
occurring,
probably
which
gave
was
this nigga
nice.
It was the
head,
best
came back
place
to
for you
him,
to be, for sure.
I would
Because
be
that
so
is kind of my
sick.
happy place that I don't get to do
Hug.
very often. Yeah.
Yeah.
High five.
Okay.
Out of
So-
there.
I was so nervous, like beyond nervous, and I'm even nervous that it's gonna come out because I'm like, I wonder if it showed in the scene. But
Nervous.
I was there for a couple hours getting hair and makeup or whatever, and then I had to go and get Jason and bring him in, and we had to take photos, and we just started taking pictures, and I was
Yeah,
like, stop.
They
like,
was
leave.
doing it
I
though.
have to
They
take
got like
pictures of
a
my-
they got like a OnlyFans or something where they pick a girl every week and have a threesome with them. They said, you feel me? They said they pick a girl every week, and she wanted to spice up her channel so she can make more money, I guess, or some crazy shit, bro. I would never been with it.
myself. I cannot take pictures with you right now. There was like so much guilt, even though I knew that you had said yes, you'd
Guilt.
given me your blessing. The cameraman's like, it's not
nigga
cheating.
gave
He's
her
just
a
like
blessing to
trying to
get hit.
remind me. He's like being my like, you know, I had no girls with me to like just cheer me on or anything. He was being my little.
But you said something
spokesbuddy.
about how your makeup artist or your hair person was like your therapist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were being my therapist.
So you're like talking it through it with him, like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm about to fucking cheat on Adam.
Yeah, I was super nervous.
Right.
I don't know. I just felt really uncomfortable. I mean,
So why would you do
I
it?
told you that, like, when we were in France last month, we went to the club and these guys were trying to dance with me, and I literally left the dance floor and I sat on the couch by myself because I felt so uncomfortable. I
Because
didn't
niggas
know
wanted
what
to dance
do.
with you, but you
And I
about to
felt
let a
like it was
nigga hit.
cheating. Like, even if I just bumped into a guy dancing, and here I am, I have to have sex with somebody, and it's gonna be
You don't
filmed and
have
put it
to.
online.
Right.
You choosing
So,
to.
yeah, it was
She
a lot. It
is
was
done,
really
bro.
hard.
I swear, bro. I hope
hard.
you leave her, bro.
Yeah,
What was hard?
This nigga better leave her,
the
bro.
nerves. I don't know.
Oh, she's not in on the joke. It's like a penis pun. But okay,
This
so
nigga making
you
jokes and shit. They different.
you shoot the scene, and like, did you feel like you got out of the nervousness at a certain point, or like how did that transpire?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I did get out of the nervousness at all. I kept like putting the scene off. I remember we were filming like intro teaser stuff, fully clothed, whatever, and then I just kept like, oh, I have to go do this. I'll be right back. Like, I just kept putting it off.
Yeah.
And then I went in the moment when I had to finally do it. I don't know. I
She
just
look
hope it looks
nervous
good.
and
I feel
hey,
like I blacked out at
cheesing
some
though. I
point.
seen the picture on
Ironically,
Twitter.
blacked out.
Cheesing.
Shut the fuck up.
Black.com. But it's not on there. A lot of
No,
people
it's
seem to
not on
think that is on
black.com.
black.com.
She
Yeah.
did.
Jason is
I
Black's
wonder
like
how she
star,
felt about
so
that.
that's
Right,
why
yeah.
he's like synonymous with Blacked. But no, it's on our
For
OnlyFans.
sure.
A lot of people seem to think that
Yeah, I don't believe
this
her either, bro. She
that
was
you
not
doing
nervous,
this
bro. She
was
pro.
part of. Well, they think that you've cheated on me a lot over the years, probably, and that this was just kind of like.
Y'all
more
think
of
she
that.
cheated?
On me, you guys.
Okay, very early on. It's been a long time.
Okay, if I told you it was really early in the relationship, but yeah, I cheated on you a lot, you'd still be fucking pissed.
I
If
don't
you
know
cheated
though,
on
man.
me in the first
That look
year
kind
of
of
the
look kind of
relationship, I
normal
wouldn't
though.
be that
That
mad
he cheated.
because but I would
Yes,
still.
you
I would be mad because you put
But she
yourself
made
out
a
there as like a
fucking porn
non-cheater
scene,
so
bro.
much.
Ohio
She
State
ain't just
residents,
cheat.
if you have a utility meter like this on the side of your house, you can
Bro, he
Whereas,
gonna have to
like, yeah, I
watch
did, I
this.
cheated
Millions
in
of people about to
2017 or
watch his
whatever,
wife get
but-
drilled.
You know, I felt like I
He
wasn't
can't
really
even
doing
be
a
the
whole
no
lot to,
jumper
like,
nigga no
hide
more,
it.
bro. He just gotta be the nigga that got his wife hit, bro.
Listen, we're not gonna talk about the past. I'm gonna get mad all
And
over
I feel
again.
bad.
She
I
go-
feel
she
bad.
talking
It was
about she
wrong.
gon'
You
get
guys
mad,
don't
bro.
understand. I went to shoot this scene, and Adam has been low-key calling me a
She got
cheater
no
as a
room to
joke,
get mad.
as a joke. Or like the other day, I was like, "Can you help me with the laundry?" And he was like, "I'm having a really hard time. How dare you?"
Exactly. He probably really having a
I'm
hard
just
time
like,
though. Not
you're
gonna lie.
throwing this shit in my face, even though you're a part of it. I low-key feel like you're less mad because it's viral, and you're like
Yeah.
into being viral.
I will say that having seen how viral it went,
No,
it
he's
now
mad.
seems kind of insane that I ever would have like potentially stood in the way of you doing this, just because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're
Career.
not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like
You're welcome.
Plug Talk has been that's
Bro,
a very weird framing, but
She keep playing and shit. I'll
the
punch
amount
her.
of additional signups that
I
we've
ain't
gotten
gonna
on
lie.
onlyplugtalk.com has been kind of insane.
Yeah.
Just seeing like how crazy this has been, and also like it's a weird thing where like at a certain point in my life, you're scared of like people shitting on you, or you want to avoid people shitting on you, and then at a point like right now, it's like, oh, I'm just getting so destroyed by people making fun of me that it's like you just got to roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my first or second year
getting
as
her
an
husband
online person,
bullied.
shit bothered me a lot more. None of
This
the
way
comments
worse
about
than
this
the
have
Will
bothered
Smith
me.
and
People
Jay-
calling me a
I don't
terrible
know.
person, terrible
They
wife,
made a movie,
whatever.
bro.
Right.
This way worse.
I don't take any of it. Like,
And
even
then they
1%
talking
of
about
serious.
it. Then they talking about it. They ain't even calling this no entanglement, nothing, bro. They full blown married, and this nigga just let his wife go do a porn scene.
Seriously.
Well, there are definitely lines of things that people say that I don't like.
Crazy, bro. It's like
When they bring your motherhood into it, that's one thing I don't like, because you are an amazing mother.
And
I mean,
she a
I feel like it doesn't
mom.
bother me at all because I just like I know it 100% does not affect how I am as a mother. And like, if you think that my kid is gonna grow up and not judge daddy for all the things he did, but is gonna judge mommy, like I'm not gonna raise that kind of kid.
Bro,
He's gonna
you're a
believe in
runner.
that
You
double
ain't your
standard.
kid. Your
notice,
kid
like,
about to get
every
bullied.
conversation I have about it with people is like they lay it out. They say, "Are you jealous? Are you mad? Whatever." We have that conversation, and then they basically like kind of hit a wall because it's like, "Oh, you're two consenting adults, and you decided to do something kind of freaky." And in our case, on camera. So then they start doing the kid thing because there's like nowhere else to go with
The
it.
worst
Because you
way.
can't blame me or you for doing something that we want to do, or you
And
doing whatever you want to do on camera. It's
We
like,
were
how can
already
you be
doing
mad?
it, so it's like we're supposed to stop now.
Right.
No,
I mean,
she
we were
wasn't
dating
hitting
out
other
there.
niggas. They talking about they was
Because-
already
and
doing
that's
it.
another thing is I notice a ton of dudes speak about it and talk about it as if this was happening to them, but their
Nah, I don't think
wives
they
or
getting
girlfriends
bullied
are
about
not
the
porn
dad
stars,
and
and they're
porn.
not like, you know, if
You
my
can't.
girl,
You really can't get bullied if your dad do porn though. But if your mom do porn, you're getting it. It's just like that's just how it is though. I'm sorry, I can't agree with you on that one. Like if your dad doing porn, I think you gonna get props. Like, bro, you about to be the next porn star, bro. You turn. Like that's how that's gonna be.
had never been naked online, if we had never shared all these other girls or whatever, then would I find it like so shocking that I wouldn't even be able to imagine it? Yeah, probably. But like the same way that you've gotten kind of like numb to seeing me fuck other girls, at a certain point, it just started to feel like it wasn't that big a deal. Now, obviously, it was a deal. It was definitely something because, like, especially like maybe like the day after, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse. Where I was just like
Remorse?
a little bit like sick to my stomach. Of
It was
just
a
like,
lot of this. I didn't know what mood I was gonna get you in for.
Bro over here going through it. He talking about he's sick to the stomach. She over there smiling. Look at his face. He's salty for real. Hey, he might kill her. I ain't gonna lie. He might like black out one day.
A few days there.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And I mean, even when I
They
was
got a
telling
divorce
Destiny
ASAP.
and Crib Mac, which was like about the weirdest audience I could have possibly had for
She
it.
looked like she
When I
joking
told you
too
I was
much
going
and
to talk
shit,
about it with
thinking
them, you're
that
just
shit
like, are you serious? Like,
I was like, why are you gonna? I had not planned on like talking about the scene until closer to the time it was gonna come out, and then you were like, it was like you needed therapy. You're like,
need
I'm gonna go into the
therapy,
office and I'm
nigga,
gonna
that
talk to
shit
Crip and
crazy.
Destiny about it.
no, yeah, at a certain
No,
point, I was
just
just like,
him and
listen, if I have
girls.
to talk about it, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to act like it's not happening. I'm just going to talk about it.
You trying to
And
make him
Destiny is
hide
probably,
it,
like
though.
one of the best people I could have the
Keep it
conversation with. Crip
inside.
Mac,
No, let it
maybe
out.
Not
I
so
don't-
much. Like his first thing he said
Feel
was,
sorry for
"Oh, I
this
know you was
man.
mad, huh?" So it's like immediately he's kind of like writing the narrative for me.
I mean, I feel like there was times where you got mad at me, but I feel like it's part of it is like we were learning each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
I came home and maybe was a little too honest with you, but you were like asking me a lot of questions,
Right.
and I didn't know how to not answer your questions.
Right.
So yeah.
And now that I've
So he
seen
said, "Did you get
bits and
pounded?"
pieces
She
of the
talking about,
video as
"Yeah."
well, that's what's kind of weird too, is realizing like the whole world seems to have decided that being a
said he
cuck is
saw-
a bad thing, or
he
like
saw
that your
clips.
girl getting fucked by someone else is a bad thing.
It is.
I don't know. I'm not like, I was not horrified by it. I'm not like upset by it. I'm not going to say that this is going to be something that I'm going to be fucking pounding my dick to, but
Yeah,
I
she
hope
real
you watch the scene and I
insensitive.
hope you jerk
yeah,
off.
see, you said that
She
last
talking
night,
about
is
she
that
hope he
you
watch
are
it
really
and jerk-
turned on by the idea of me seeing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I didn't know that was going to be one
Yeah,
of the
she
effects of this.
insensitive. That's a great
I don't
word,
know,
bro.
because I know that you think it's hot. We've had more sex since I fucked Jason than we usually have in like a month.
Trying to
I got
reclaim
an
his
abrasion
territory.
on my dick from fucking you too much.
Every time we talk about it, you get a boner, and then we have sex.
I know. And
I feel like you're trying to assert your dominance over the fact that I had sex with somebody else, but it's still like part of it turns you on. Like, oh, she fucked someone else.
No.
This is hot.
there's something about it where
No.
when you
not
know
even
your
laughing.
girl's not fucking anybody else, which at this point and after 7
Do
years,
y'all
I feel
see
quite
any
confident
smile? I
that you're
haven't
not gonna
seen
run
him
off and cheat on
smile.
me. It creates
She
like
and
a
this
little
bitch
bit of
cheesing,
competition in your
giggling.
mind, even not knowing necessarily like how much you enjoyed it or how great it was or whatever. It's still kind of like, oh, like that competition thing. That's like a real biological thing. Like,
I
no,
told
I want to
Adam-
beat it up.
I told Adam that he can have anal the day the podcast, the scene comes out.
Yeah, well, we were already talking about scheduling the anal, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
not
I'm
like
like,
purely
you
for that,
get it
right?
on this day specifically.
Well, I think that is good because
A good consolation prize
I mean, even
for all the memes everyone's gonna make about
even
it.
before you did it though, I told you, I'm like, listen, right after you do this around that time period, I'm like, I need you to be very loving with me. We need to be having sex. Like we can't like this just can't be like a time period where you're like, no, I'm not really in the mood.
Oh yeah, you told me I could never come home from fucking someone else, no matter how broken or destroyed I might be. I have to fuck you too. And
I like you're making it sound kind of like weird there, but
no, but like, I mean, I get it. It's
He mad as
why
fuck.
deny you for someone else?
I need to have my ego
And then it
satiated
sound like she
in
talking
that
about
moment,
more-
especially
it
given
sound like
that
she
like
talking
I
about
just
doing
didn't
this
know
some
how
more.
I was gonna feel about it, and as you saw, it took me a
That
couple
should
of
have been
days
a
to like, wrap
one-time
my head
thing.
around it.
If once, not
Yeah.
just
Do you feel like every day it's less of a big deal to you?
Yeah, at this point, I really don't care at all. Although everybody
He trying
reacting
not
to the
to care.
tape, that may be.
Oh, I'm nervous.
That may be like a test of my mental resolve, but also like I'm at the point now where
Oh, yeah, when
I
the
haven't
tape
even
drop,
been looking at my Twitter mentions because it's
crashing
just
out.
so much that I just like
You're
I
having a lot
can't.
of fun on
Like
there.
yesterday, I posted a picture of Bradley Martin holding you and me going like that. It was like a joke thing from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
and that got 30,000 likes and like 8 million views on the tweet or
People
whatever.
like you as a fake
he
cut.
said he gonna get his get
Well,
back
I don't know
for
if they
show.
like it so much as they're like observing it and they're kind of fascinated by
I
it.
was looking embarrassed when you posted that picture. I was like, don't bring poor Bradley into this.
But you can really see it in your face that you're like, like you were so uncomfortable with even like being in his arms in that photo,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, like at this point, I feel like I just kind of have to own it. Like yeah, I was into seeing it. When I see the full thing, or like however much of it I end up seeing, I'm probably going to enjoy seeing it, and it makes me think about like my best frame of reference, because I have not spent almost any time in my life learning about like how polyamorous people work or anything like that. But when I was at the AVN Awards back in January, there was a couple of different dudes who came up to me with their wives or girlfriends and said, "Hey, if you ever have time or you're ever down, I would love for you to fuck my wife." And I'm just kind of like
Niggas be
okay,
saying that,
like, that's
bro.
wild. Like I didn't even take
That's
it seriously or anything
wild.
like that.
You hear 'em.
But I understand what those guys are thinking. They have watched me in porn or whatever. They've watched you in porn, and they would love to like just see their girl inserted into that environment.
Why?
And
Niggas is weird.
just seeing you like looking like a glamorous porn star on camera with a very well-known professional. It's not the worst thing in the world to me. I'm not super mad about it. And then I feel like it's kind of allowed me to even just embrace the fact that like, yeah, in prior situations, even with you, I've fucked girls with one of my friends, and that was okay. But because it's a girl who I don't have a real relationship with, but now I'm kind of like, well, why the fuck do I care? Especially as a porn person, it's like, why would it be such a big deal? If I enjoy
he
it with a
lying
girl that I
bad.
don't give a fuck about, what is the point of me not doing that with the girl that I'm married to? It's not like an inherently degrading or disrespectful thing, right?
So he
I
about
mean,
to do
as long
Ryan
as you're
threesome on
consenting,
his
I mean,
girl.
and you're turned on by it, and the girl's turned on by it clearly. So it's like,
Well, clearly you're turned on
Yeah,
by
I'm
it
talking about
because
myself as the
you're
girl
not
in this
shying
situation.
away from this whole double team thing that I'm proposing here.
She
are
trying to
you?
get double teamed.
not at all.
Y'all
Actually,
hear her?
there's some pictures.
Do y'all hear her? Bro, I'll be jumping across the table. She talking about getting double teamed. Him and another dude. And she talking about she not shying
What is
away.
the point of me not doing that with the girl that I'm married to.
Tripping, bro.
It's not like an inherently degrading or disrespectful thing, right?
This ain't gonna work.
I mean, as long as you're consenting, I mean, and you're turned on by it, and the girl's turned on by it clearly, so it's like.
Well, clearly you're turned on.
Yeah,
by
I'm
it
talking about
because
myself as the
you're
girl
not
in this
shying
situation.
away from this whole double team thing that I'm proposing here, are you?
No.
I would
at
be
all.
chewing her ass out at the
I
house.
actually have
bullying
some
the fuck
pictures
out
of
her. You
positions
a
I'd
runner.
like to try with you on my phone.
See, that's one thing that I was thinking when we started talking about it is like, okay, if we're going to do this double team scene, what are the positions? Because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
So
What's
the butt and
DP,
the
dog?
vagina.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I see. Okay, right there. Boom. Jealousy triggered because we haven't had anal in like a year.
Okay.
And you're going to say, oh, it's because last time we tried to do an anal scene, you came in like 4 minutes.
He need a divorce for sure. She talking about she
So
trying to get a
You were
nigga
like,
in
well, actually, I
both
wasn't gonna
holes
say that.
at the same
Well, you
time.
could be the guy in my butt.
She
Would you
really
still be
is
jealous?
though.
I just don't really like love the idea of my balls clapping against another dude's
Exactly.
You'll get so into it, you'll forget.
Bro,
You
he
won't
not.
care.
She
Yeah,
trying to
so
make
a
him into
possibility.
that, bro.
I mean,
he not
it's
into that shit.
definitely
for
like
real.
not totally off limits in my mind, but
I'm not saying it's the first thing I want to do, but like we've had so many girls on Plug Talk where you're like, "What's your favorite
They
thing?" And they're
wild.
like,
He said
DP.
double
You
penetrate.
think anal feels good? You think vaginal feels good? Wait till you try them together.
but you have a sensitive butthole.
I have
That's,
this.
that's why we haven't been engaging with it so much, right? Like I don't
I
know,
just hate prep for anal. That's literally all it is. I like anal. I hate preparing for anal.
because you have to eat gummy bears for a whole day
You
beforehand
have to
or whatever.
starve yourself. You have to clean out your butthole.
Right.
You know, it's a whole thing. And then
Right.
every time for some reason I get a cut or I
She
bleed no matter what. And
freaky. Yeah, she
I
treat him
have a
like a
problem
simp
week
for
after.
sure.
But you know, it's just part of doing
I
it,
can't. My
guess.
girl can't be
Yeah,
that
I'm not exactly
freaky, bro.
horrified by the idea, but that's also one thing that I've realized is that even if I really
making me
didn't like
lucky.
the idea of you fucking another dude on camera, I mean, being in the porn business, it would just be insane for me to say no to it at this point, or at least this one
He
scene.
don't
you know,
like that
doing
shit.
more is kind of its own separate conversation, but
And he look like
you
he
know,
gonna
the
kill her.
financial, the,
Looking
the
at his
financial
face.
rewards have been so absurd that it's kind of like, well, we're in business together. Like you gotta do
Yeah,
it.
and I mean, at some point, it's like my fans were just kind of like your content's getting dry at this point. Like you haven't done anything new, and so for me, yes, it was exciting financially, and it was exciting to have a new sexual experience. But it's also like I'm kind of excited for work just because there's like new things like.
Most people have no clue.
She
that in
really trying to
2023
say she about to
the
start
best way
hitting
to
other
make money
niggas,
on
though.
Amazon is not.
So this about to be a
physical
thing
products.
that she just about to be start doing it,
Amazon's
bro.
other
She would have been
company,
through, bro. I swear to
Autumn.
God, bro.
I could do for my fans to keep them interested.
People, this woman is obsessed with her OnlyFans analytics. So she is more turned on by
He
seeing
really
the numbers
serious,
go up than
though.
anything else, probably.
I am turned on that there is like many thousands of people out there who are waiting for July 13th to sit down and download or watch this video or whatever and jerk off to it. That is hot to me.
Just thinking about
Nobody
the,
waiting on
the
that shit.
legions of gooners who are just
Yes.
posted up waiting for
They can
it.
jerk off to anyone. They could find a Lena the Plug lookalike and jerk off to her. No, they want to jerk off to me and my weird vagina.
Weird.
I don't know.
How dare you?
Your fans love to say it's weird.
I think it's nice.
I mean, you better think it's nice.
I'm a
It's yours.
fan.
It's yours.
She's
Buy it.
weird.
It's a
Bro.
good looking vagina. I didn't buy it. It came that way. Okay. So what else do they want to know? People probably want to know, what is it hard to go back to a reasonably sized white penis after dealing with a baby arm? Is it upsetting?
No.
Y'all
Is
hear
it,
this
is it
shit,
hard
chat?
to go back to regular life?
So first of all, I wouldn't say that yours is regular. I would say yours is definitely like above average. So let's give you that. Every time we take our
That
pants
nigga
off and
said
Plug Talk, the
yes.
girls like, oh, I'm surprised. You
But
know,
for a white guy,
for
they don't
for
say
a
that.
podcaster.
They don't say that, but they're thinking that.
Maybe, I don't know. Someone called you good boyfriend dick once, and I feel like that was a good compliment because nobody wants like an outrageously large penis all the time.
Right.
It wasn't hard to come back to your dick. I was in a lot of pain for a few days,
Mm-hmm.
She
so
was in
having sex
pain.
was, you know,
It was reupholstered.
you were a little traumatized by me being like, ouch.
This shit
hold on.
crazy, bro.
At first, yeah. But that did go
Just
away.
imagine your girl coming back from a
4 days,
porn
yeah.
scene. You trying to hit now, and she talking about out.
You feel like it's
What?
snaps back? Well, you never had the natural birth that you were planning on.
I don't believe that a
What?
vagina stretches from having sex once for 40 minutes with a bigger dick.
She
I
is
don't know.
embarrassing this
Sometimes I
nigga,
look
bro.
at the buttholes of the girls that we work with that I know have had like dread or whoever in their asshole, and I'm like, those dicks are doing damage.
Okay, but the asshole's not meant to stretch like this big. The vagina is meant to stretch and
You
go
should
back.
see some of the shits I've taken over the years.
No, I don't want to.
Like a straight jack-o'-lantern hitting the toilet water.
All right,
Yeah,
so now
I
he
don't
making
know.
a
So,
little bit of jokes in there,
Okay,
but he
so
still
the
hurt.
idea of you working with other men, this is something that we haven't really like wrapped our heads around. For me, it's kind of
I'm
like,
about to go to the
well,
gym.
if
She
you did it
making me
once, it's not that big a deal to do it with a bunch of other guys, but also
This-
it's
I
kinda
think
like,
this
why?
podcast
Like,
was a
why-
bad
like,
idea.
At a certain point, like what kind of other stuff would you be doing with other guys if you were to do more scenes? Is it kind of like, I don't know.
Well, okay, so like when I first shot with you in the beginning, it's like it's always new. It's like the first time with this person, and then it's like you do boy, boy, girl, or you know whatever. There's like a lot of little things that you can do to make it different, and that's kind of like where I feel like I'm at now. Because every new person I shoot with, it doesn't matter if I do any weird acrobatic tricks. It's just the fact that it's like a new other person.
Right.
she trying to get
It's
her
just kind of
bodies
weird for the
up.
fans, like that they care about it just being a different person. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
of course they
like
care.
you're getting sluttier. Like, oh, you slept with 3 guys instead of 2.
Well,
That's
every,
weird.
every person has like, I don't know. Remember when Phoenix Marie came on the pod? She was like, "Do you want me to flip you? I can flip you upside down." Like everyone has like their thing in porn, right? Like
Okay,
their own
but
little
add
trick.
a new person,
So
bro.
every time you work with someone, you get their little trick.
Right. The trick.
I don't know.
That sounds
Everyone's
nice.
trying to like
That's a nice
Bro,
way to
it's
put
not
it.
that
brand
much
themselves
tricks
in,
and
in
sex,
the industry,
bro.
you know.
She
Right, but
tripping.
that is one conversation that we had is
Niggas
that
do not want to see a new
you
person
would
every
wanna
time.
limit
She
yourself
just
to
she
working
do.
with like real deal, like trained professionals.
I would only want to work for people who have worked for the studios because I feel like the studios is almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? Reference, I guess. So,
Yeah, it's like a qualifier.
Yeah, qualifier. Because now all the girls.
And she got
where there's,
roles in her
a
stuff.
random
She's
girl from
done.
Texas makes an OnlyFans now. She's an OnlyFans
I
girl.
would've chalked her.
And I feel less okay with a random guy from Texas just making OnlyFans being like, shoot with me. It's like I want some sort of
She's
frame
blowing
of
me,
reference for
bro.
like why I should feel safe or comfortable or happy to shoot with.
I'm about to have
We
a
need
good ass workout
serious
after
frame
this.
of reference. Like we need like many years in the game, because I'm gonna be honest with you, that would kill me inside if I knew that you went and did a shoot and that the guy did anything that you found to be like
Yeah.
really disrespectful or whatever. Like I would have such a hard time with that. Like I'm going to go to his house and shoot him in the face. It's
Okay,
gonna
Y'all hear him?
really
He
be
said I would have
bad
gone
if
to the
someone
house
were
and
to,
shoot
like,
him in the
cross
face. I'm
lines
worried
like
for that girl.
Dude, Jason, I wasn't
She
worried
need to
about
get
that
out of
at all,
there.
because I've been around him. I
He
know
gonna
that
shoot
he's
her
like
in the face. He
very,
talking about shooting
gentle
shit in the
giant
face.
type guy. I've never heard a girl say that he was an abuser or anything
That
weird
was
like that.
a big
said I would've
reason
beat
why
her
I wanted
up.
to like pick
I
him. I
would've
just
left
never
her
heard a
ass.
girl say anything weird or bad or anything about him. So it was like, which
I
is
would've
kind of
left.
it's kind of hard to find, unfortunately. But I think if I did shoot with other people, I would just take my assistant with me and be like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
you can't
30
watch, but
minutes
you gotta
in.
be in that room.
Oh, you think Monica's gonna beat him up for me?
I don't know. I guess
Give her the gun.
I'd just feel safe if she was there.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little sketchy too, because you're a very polite person. Like if they cross a line or whatever, who knows? You might just end up rolling with it and then being mad about it afterwards, right?
No, I feel like I'm old enough and I'm able to stand my ground on things. Yeah.
How old is Lena the
Do the
plug,
yeses
y'all?
and the
Somebody
nos,
look
you
her
know?
up real quick. How old is she?
How many more people will Lena work with in the duration of her career? We'll cross that bridge at some
I have
point.
to get Adam's okay, and it's probably going to be after the scene comes out and he sees how it plays out.
We're gonna have to do some review. I told her earlier.
Yeah, you
on,
gotta
like,
get
I
his
just don't wanna
okay, and it's
feel
gonna be a
like
no.
indebted to have to like be on board with this like nonstop throughout the future.
You
Yeah,
hear him?
when we-
You hear him? She 50. She not 50. But look, you hear him? He said he don't want to have to feel like she got to keep doing this shit because this her career. He don't want to feel like she got to keep sleeping with niggas. And she talking about some, yeah, just wait till you see this and you gonna want me. No, nigga, he said no.
We came home from the honeymoon. I was like, I think I'm ready to have another baby. And Adam was like, I don't think so. And then now Adam keeps asking me when I want to have another baby.
Well, because it is kind
Take
of
her
like
out the
you're
game,
on-
Adam.
There's like a
Give her
timer
another one.
of sorts, because it's like if we want to have another kid or two, I mean, at a certain age, it's considered what, like a high risk elderly pregnancy or some shit if you're even like close to 40.
If you go by that number, then they already think I'm too old.
Right. Well, you need to freeze your eggs so we could potentially get a surrogate in case you decide that you want to do more black scenes for the next 10 years, right?
She shrugged her shoulders.
We'll just have to see.
Because that's what probably a lot of people like
We gotta
have a hard
see.
time wrapping their head around, is that was almost like the other option. It was like you were either gonna like keep going with this shit and like your career and do some more spicy stuff, or you were just gonna like go full mom mode? But why does that not appeal to you at this point in your life?
Right. Why don't you want to
Or
be a
does it?
mom?
I was fully ready to come home and be a stay-at-home mom. I just said that.
Right.
And then, you were not really down.
Oh, okay. I think you're kind of mischaracterizing that.
She
have
put him
gone
out
through a pretty
there.
rocky year.
Yeah.
And I
you
was
said
like-
you want to feel more stable in your life.
Right.
And
Did-
somehow me having a baby makes you feel less stable, even though I'm going to do
So
like...
basically,
99
he told her, like, basically they came back home. Basically, from what I'm understanding is, he didn't want to pay all the bills, so he said, just do this porn with me. You feel me? So we could keep the money coming in together. Let's just keep doing porn. You could still be a stay-at-home mom, but we just gonna do porn on our OnlyFans. You feel me? That's low-key a stay-at-home mom, but when she start going out there to the industry, it's over with. Chalker.
percent of the work.
I mean, it just felt like, oh, that's going to be like a lot to take on right now, just because having one kid is just so fucking crazy. And I don't know. I'm just like a little nervous about the fact that like 2 kids is like so much more work than 1 kid. And it's not
Yeah.
like 2 times as much work. No, it's like 3 or 4 times as much work, I feel like.
It's hard. I mean, I want to be a mom and I also want to work. And those things don't always mix well together because I need my body for my job.
Right.
If I didn't have the intention of having more kids, I would have gone like 10 plastic surgeries already. But I'm trying to balance everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people seem to think that like I'm broke and that's the only possible reason that I could have been on board with this.
Okay, people need to get this straight because this has like no effect on Adam's income except for like whatever views you've been getting off the podcast. This is all my money. We split everything, and we do have a prenuptial agreement, which people keep bringing up. I hope you got a prenup. We're both very financially conscious. We're both good business people, and
Without porn, she's
we're not
nothing.
broke. I don't know what else to say except for to
Without
say that we're
porn,
not
she's
broke. We
nothing,
don't
though.
have to work.
Lena is the kind of person who
He got this podcast going. He got stuff
I don't
going
wanna
for
say dollar
himself.
amounts, but like the amount of
Chalker,
money that you
bro.
make right now is by any objective measure a lot of money. And that's just not good enough for you. You want to go for the gold. You want to shoot for the stars.
Because I don't know how
you wanna
long
shoot
this
for the
career will
stars.
last. And I'm already doing it. I've already
stressed.
put my name in the mud.
Pray
Might
for
as
Adam,
well
y'all.
Ride it till the wheels fall off and, just...
No, I agree. And especially
And you said that to me too.
I agree,
You're
yeah.
like, if you're still doing like, if he said if you're still making 10% of what you make now at 40, wouldn't you keep doing it?
right.
Because that would be still a really good amount of money.
It would just like,
It would be all about how I actually felt about it. If I was like, fuck, I hate this. I'm so over this. I look awful in all my scenes. I look dead inside. No, I definitely shouldn't be doing it anymore.
right. But I mean 10% of what you've been making for the last couple of years would still be like a shitload of money for the average person, which you could easily live off of and stuff like that. But we also have
What's her net worth,
financial
man?
goals. We've talked about buying a beach house at length, and I kind of feel like this whole Jason Love arc has been, we're getting to the beach house category.
Yeah, that's what I tell you every time I leave for a scene with another man. Don't forget that beach house, babe. That house in Malibu. I'm going to buy it for us. Let me just go get double teamed right quick. I'll be right back.
Double team right quick.
That is not a thing. Yeah, if you're
Not
gonna
a
double
thing.
team, then at least one of them is going to be sexual vanilla over here. Okay.
Will you film for us?
No.
She is a
Put the
slut.
fucking little kelpie your ass if you keep that going. Okay. A lot of people seem to think that you doing this is like a sign of us being at a bad place in our relationship,
like
or
it
that
is.
things are all wrong.
But it's the opposite.
You think it's the opposite? Tell me more.
I don't
Tell me
think we
how happy you are.
could do this if we were in a bad place in our relationship.
Definitely.
It'd be too scary. We'd like playing with fire.
Or if I was even a little bit worried about you cheating, then we wouldn't be able to do it, I
Yeah.
think.
Same with you. Like, I
Right.
feel like early in our relationship, when you were actually cheating, when you were actually asking for threesomes all the time,
So sorry, by the way.
fuck you.
So sorry.
I would have felt a lot more threatened by doing a lot of those threesomes or like saying, hey, go fuck this girl without me. We had, I couldn't do Plug Talk like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, go just fuck the girls without me. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I'll just wait till you're ready. So it's like, because I have that version of you who doesn't really care that much.
I feel like we're
You
at
know?
a great place
It
in our
makes me
relationship.
feel like we're in a great place.
And especially coming off of the honeymoon, I felt like much more relaxed and like I was in a good place with you. And a lot of this just had to do with me just kind of realizing that, the
I don't know, he
internet
living a
shitting
life,
on
though.
me
He
for
fuck
stuff that
different
I'm
hoes every
genuinely
week.
into is not the end of the
I
world.
don't know if that's living a
like
life,
the
though.
insecurity is kind
But
of gone now.
That's
which
what
is
it
nice.
sounds like.
Genuinely into.
Well,
I'm just trying to get you to admit that you like it.
oh, I feel like I've admitted that at this
Okay.
point. The tweets about me just like acknowledging, like, hey, I saw it and I thought it was hot. That was like kind of hard for me to write. And I added like the exclamation points out of almost like insecurity. But it was like, you know what? Like, this is how I actually feel. I'm just going to tweet this.
It's nice to see you having fun on Twitter, even though sometimes I just don't want to look at it because it's so cringy.
My tweets are cringy.
Some of them, yeah.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
How y'all feel about this, man?
I'm getting a call. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take this.
Oh, they brought this nigga out of. Oh, I would have hung up. I would have hung up. They done brought the nigga on the podcast, bro.
Oh, hello.
Look who it is.
Mr. Jason Love. How you doing, man?
It was good. It was good.
We're just doing a little podcast here.
Oh, he
and,
too
figured that
strong,
we
bro.
Would, have a little conversation with you to see exactly how all this was for you as well.
No.
That's why I chimed in. Catch y'all. See what's up.
Definitely. So, what's the vibe like between you guys? Anything I should know about?
I don't think there's a really vibe. I think it's like a business thing, but I feel just very uncomfortable with this right now. I feel
A
awkward.
little uncomfortable.
They
Can you
both
tell him how nervous I was?
Bro, like so nervous. Oh my God. I feel so wrong right now. I feel so wrong right now. Like
It was
like
bad.
it's just work.
Okay.
It's just work.
But a lot of people have like a cheating fetish. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like
I feel like you do.
yeah, cheating I've done in the past was I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand. Or take myself out of it, but like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is
Yeah, he
kinda-
probably done with her for real.
Is it?
A little bit.
You see, he knows.
Little bit.
Wait, what they say?
Like the adrenaline. Like
What
I
they
feel
say?
so guilty
Supposed to be doing
if
it.
I was the other one.
Hold on.
nervous. Oh my God.
All right, I gotta see what
I
they
feel so
said.
wrong
Hold
right
on, my
now.
fault.
I feel so wrong right now. Like
It was
like
bad.
it's just work.
Okay,
Calm down.
but a lot of people have like a cheating fetish. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like
I feel like you do.
yeah, cheating I've done in the past was I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand. Or take myself out of it, but like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Is it?
A little bit.
So he know he hit his girl. He like, yeah, I'll hit his nigga wife. Oh
I
my.
feel so guilty
supposed to be doing
if I was the other woman.
Okay, so Jason, give me a genuine review. How was it?
You want like a number scale or just like
Numbers sounds like it could be hurtful, but if it's a high number,
You gives me
sure.
like a 4.
100% 9 out of 10?
Really, 9 out of 10. Who's a 10?
Well, obviously her.
Oh,
Well, it was a 9 out of 10. I never grasped an entire 10 before. It's like you gotta leave room for something that could possibly top the next one.
okay,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's fair. Okay, yeah.
A
So a lot of
9?
people want to
He
know.
just told his nigga his wife a
I don't know,
9.
just like if I should feel diminished as a man as a result of this. Like the cuck narrative is very, very strong. I just want to get your thoughts on that, and if how people should think about that in the context of me being, the silent third party in all this.
Well, I don't know. Like if you look at it in a business aspect,
A
then
business?
It's just a job, you know. She's high up in her ranks. I'm high up in my ranks. Us two together, obviously, would make the most amounts of money. So it's not so much being a cook. If you're comfortable with it, y'all communicated it prior. Obviously, she said y'all did. So it's not really a cook situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding.
I guarantee he ain't letting no nigga hit his girl, his wife. He ain't letting it go.
I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different.
Exactly.
Levels of, how to say, mental maturity.
Well, it would be kind of weird for you to find a dude bigger than you. Maybe they could resurrect Andre the Giant or something. Maybe you could get Brock Lesnar to come through and cut it up for you. But I mean, you're kind of like the biggest dude that I could think of. I don't know. It's gonna be tough for you to find a bigger guy.
Oh, they got a couple. They got a couple.
These
Yeah.
niggas is crazy, bro.
Like a
You know, it's not just the size; it's everything that goes into it that makes it. You know.
Definitely. Lena is just like shriveling up into a ball right now. I can see how uncomfortable this is making you.
Yes, it is making me very uncomfortable, and I'm glad that he's only, on Zoom and not here right now.
Do you think that would be awkward?
Yes. Also, I would feel like I'd feel a lot of sexual tension, and I felt like we would have to do a scene if you guys were both here.
Oh,
she's out of control now.
She's freaky, bro. What is she talking about? Why does a nigga on FaceTime? He just cheesing.
Now she's on a tear.
I've been known to have that effect. I apologize.
See, all right. Now I'm going to have to really mind you next time you're going to an adult event that he's going to be at, right?
No, but I would be turned on if you were there. Yeah, it's like you're part of it.
So you think
He
that
don't
if
understand.
me and you go out to a party and we see him, that there's a chance that we'd all end up hooking up after?
I don't know what his stance is on working with you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Wow.
I don't care.
Oh, hell yeah.
I get it in regardless.
Damn, that would
Nigga
be,
talk about I
can
get
see
it
that,
in
that
regardless.
would probably kind of make me feel like I had put a cap on this whole situation if we all did it together.
Get closer.
Wow, maybe that is the three-way that we should do, because that would be pretty viral rather than just some random guy, right?
Yeah.
It would be crazy.
He talking about it be crazy. He trying to hit
I'm not sitting in
again.
a chair with my fucking
You have
arms
to for
tied
one
He
behind
tryna
my
hit
back or
again.
whatever.
You gotta hold the
Okay.
camera for one shot.
All right, so now I got to rewrite the script.
Yeah. What do people need to know about Jason Love, since like you're kind of I almost feel like a
Nigga
large
said I gotta
percentage,
rewrite
maybe
this
even the
script.
majority of the photos that you're going to be taking over the next year or so, it's going to be people saying like, you're the dude who fucked Adam 22's wife. I don't know. I mean, I know you get recognized all the time, but it's kind of an interesting scenario that you're in now, right?
Hey, this
I
is
got stopped
sad.
on the street like 4 or 5 times already. Normally it's just to talk to me about me, but then it was like, oh, you no jumper wife. I'm like, yeah, I guess.
I guess.
Wow. Insane.
This nigga
Take
crazy.
a picture with my wife, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna get more of those offers.
See, I've only had a couple people say that to me. I'm sure he gets that all the time.
All the time.
Right. So if we do choose to have another kid, how am I going to know it's mine and not?
Oh my god, I can't. No, cut. What?
What?
Don't even bring that up. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's one of the good memes that people have been passing around. It's like me cuddling with your belly and it's a little black kid inside it.
I hate you. I hate you so
These
much.
niggas crazy, bro. This not no joke,
is
bro.
BBC offensive?
No, it's just a visual description. It's not. You're just saying it is what it is. You see it. That's what it is. It's not,
That's what I'm
once you get
saying.
offended.
But I wonder if I get too comfortable with talking about black people shit because of the fact that like all my co-hosts on the podcast are black and stuff, because I've seen some of these lily white fucking hipster bitches on Twitter just raging out being like BBC is offensive, and I won't respond to them, but I am thinking in my head like, you have never been around black people besides getting fucked by them for your OnlyFans, so shut the fuck up. That's kind of what's going on in the back of my head.
I don't like using it because I feel like I just feel uncomfortable using it.
I don't care if you see a school bus and it's yellow. You're like, where did you park? By the big yellow school bus. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's a statement of fact. And like, in the
These
real world,
niggas is crazy, bro.
fetishization, I can see why that's a bad thing, you know? If you walk up to an Asian girl and you're like, oh, I'm so turned on by Asian girls, I can see how that's like a bad thing. But we're in porn. This is like, we are here to satisfy fetishes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the verbiage. Like, you know,
Right.
it's been around for a minute now.
Yeah. What do you got coming up? Anything in the future that we should know about? You're going on some trips and stuff for a brand, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm going to Europe for about 2 weeks, but I did just drop my book. So
What's the
hopefully
book?
that does good. It's called Louisiana Slim, the Family, about my previous life before I got to adult.
Really? Because I always wonder that when I see you with the tattoos on your face and everything. I'm like, I wonder what this guy was doing around town before he got into the porn game.
This
A lot
shit
of things.
crazy.
When you come from poverty, you know you got to make it how you make it.
Ain't that the truth? Well, we're gonna do like a full length interview at some point, but I appreciate you banging my wife,
Oh my god.
and
Nigga said my
Yeah.
pleasure.
But I'm a professional, you know. I go in, I knock it out. That's what I do.
hey,
Oh
I
my
absolutely,
God,
I
bro.
cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and
He said this. He did this.
I believe if it was mainstream, it probably would win an award.
Oh, well, that's a big idea.
My assistant did give me the idea to submit it for an AVN. I was like, I don't know. I feel like this might be crossing the line.
Yeah, Pound Town. You just left Pound Town.
I was gonna call it the wedding gift.
The wedding gift.
For the record, it's not literally
taking shit
your
too
wedding
far.
gift, but it was something that we kind of like felt more comfortable with after the wedding and whatnot, right?
It just makes sense. That's what everyone's latching onto. They just got married, you know. So,
This nigga
All right,
laughing.
Mr. Love, appreciate you.
bye, Jason.
Bye, Lena.
She said,
Okay.
bye to this
How
nigga,
was that
bro.
for you?
A little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? Why?
Why? If it's just business, why you
I
feel
mean,
uncomfortable?
7 years in this relationship, never look at a guy, dance with a guy, text back with a guy, nothing. And then I'm having sex with a guy. You know, it's just a lot to
She
process.
like that shit, bro.
The
She a
condition
runner.
to believe it's cheating. There was one time where we went to a dinner and there was another guy there that just happened to be there and you knew I had slept with him and you made me feel weird.
Man,
So,
I feel like you
it's
can't
just
get a
a lot
girl
to
till you
unlearn.
like
We
50
always
for
mention
real,
that
cause then
scenario,
she
but
really
there's a
tired
lot
of
more
niggas
to
for
that
real.
scenario that she's not mentioning, and
Man, my girl
That's
gotta be
not
tired
that
of
much
niggas,
more.
bro.
I felt weird about it for other reasons.
Damn, screen recorded. shit.
And it was like it was your birthday, and you're just bringing it up. I'm like, oh, cool. Make me think about you fucking this guy over here.
Okay, anyways.
I know.
You were mad about it.
I was a little mad at that time. I was much less.
Damn,
emotionally
chat, I feel
mature
sorry
or
for this
whatever.
nigga,
I'm
bro.
clearly emotionally
Couldn't
immature.
be
I can't say I'm,
me.
like giggling that you and Jason were just on the call together. So
Right,
clearly,
so that was awkward for you.
yes.
Me and him exchanging
And him
energy.
talking about it, just being like, I put it down, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah, but he's smart. He clarifies right away. It was a business move, you know. We're just
And she just
making money,
playing
you know?
with it.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it at all. I'm sure it sucked for
I
him.
probably hated it. He did say we were 9. Kind of offensive.
He said that no one's been a 10.
Yeah, but
Why should I be a 10?
gotta feel like you're a 10. I don't know, man.
I'll be a 10 in your heart, babe. I'll take it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about your guts too, you know.
Bro. My girl gotta be done with niggas, bro.
So,
Sorry.
You're actually not gonna see me for a couple days after this. It's kind of sad.
Nigga about to go play poker.
Yeah,
She
I'm sure
about to
it'll
be getting
fine.
hit.
You're playing poker, you'll be happy.
Yeah, World Series. I mean, if you make it into the World Series in baseball, that means you're one of the best in the world. This is not like that. You can just go there and just give them money.
Why she couldn't just do a
But-
scene with a girl, bro?
Well, you were talking about wanting to do it when we were still on the honeymoon.
Well, I
and you
had
were,
to be
worried about
another
taking another
nigga.
trip after coming back from a trip. And I was like, no, you should go do it.
I feel like
this
I've
is what
been.
you love.
I feel like I've been back so long. What, playing poker is what I love? No,
Yeah.
porn is what I love.
No, playing poker is what you love.
It's a different type
You would
of fun.
pick poker over porn any day.
That's not true.
Poker over
Absolutely,
porn.
100% it is true.
She
You
trying
know
to
for
play
a
this
fact that I
nigga.
would choose no jumper over porn any day, because just the other day, for some reason, I saw that I posted on my story, and it's a picture of you and like 7 super hot chicks: Carmen Karma, Angela White, Kazumi, all these chicks, Savannah Bond. And I wrote in the caption, I wrote, I did interviews at No Jumper today instead of banging all these chicks. And I was like, wow, you are fucking gay.
But
also,
if this was 2018
commitment.
No Jumper, you would have definitely just ditched No Jumper and came
Yeah,
and
I'm
fucked
ready
us.
to
But you're
leave,
you
bro.
fucked most
It's
of us
almost
already,
over, though.
So you were like, been there,
We got
done
like
that, I
4
don't care.
minutes.
Yeah.
You're very like, you want the girl to be brand new to you.
We got 4 minutes. I'm about to go to the
Yeah.
gym.
No,
I'm,
there's some
I'm
baddies
just
right
at this
there.
If
point.
there was a girl who was a 3 but you'd never fucked her, you would take her over the
I'm
10 that you
frustrated
had
for
fucked.
her.
Oh, I made that decision many times in my pre-Lena the Plug life. I would be at the bar and there'd be like 2 chicks, and like one I never fucked and one that I already fucked, but she's like way hotter, and I would choose the new one. And it's like that's not a good way to live your life.
It's not.
It's bad. It's all bad.
They really ain't talk about shit,
Anyway.
man. This shit crazy.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Give me a
How
summary
you
of what
feel
y'all
people are
think,
gonna react?
please.
They're gonna make up a random stories. They'll be like, look at this part where Lena said this. She's, you know, I just don't even care anymore. Hi, No Jumper fans.
Oh, this is going way beyond that.
Hi, world.
And I remember that because yesterday was the 4th of July, and I was looking at TikTok for a significant portion of the day, and I probably saw like 80 fucking videos of me, and many of them had like millions and millions of views, and almost all of them I was talking.
She
about
wasn't no.
this.
I don't think
Oh,
she was a porn star before he met her though. So I don't know.
It's gonna be on LenaThePlug.com.
But he
Go
did
see
by
it on
saying yes.
LenaThePlug.com. Don't be hard on me. I was so nervous. So please, just keep your criticisms to a minimum.
All right, and because I don't participate from the money that is spent on LenaThePlug.com, I would say go to onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see me and her get it in with a whole plethora of different women, right? No, yours.
Yeah.
Well, you get half of the Plug Talk money also.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, it does make me like, oh, we gotta We got to make sure we go hard on Plug Talk. We got to get some baddies on there. We
He
can't
trying to
announce it
redeem
now, but
himself.
we do have some very exciting new content lined up for Plug Talk as well.
Comment who I should fuck next.
She's crazy.
Females only.
Females only.
Biological females only.
I already know what all the comments are gonna say.
Gracie Jane.
No.
No?
What do you think they're gonna say?
Man, I'm worried about the damage that thing would do.
Yeah, same.
Who they talk
Not
about?
ready.
Dude, I seen a normal chick that I know getting the shit fucked
Who they
out of
talking
her by
about?
him the other day, and I was just, and I didn't even know that she did guy girl, and I'm just like, jaw dropped, like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's crazy.
You better do some kegels.
Shut up.
Kegels with Keffels. That's my new series that I'm working on. Oh, you don't even know who Keffels is, huh?
Mm-mm.
She asked me if she could fuck you, and I didn't bother to tell you because I know you don't know who it is. It's a trans woman.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna do that.
I don't think so. I'm not like into it.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
I feel like I might get canceled for that.
So
Real-
she
real
hit a regular nigga,
scandalous
but she
right
wouldn't
here.
let a
I feel like
trans
I might
hit her
get
though.
canceled for that.
We made it this close to doing the whole episode without any transphobia, but there
I
we
mean,
are.
maybe I might. I don't know.
You just gotta find the right one.
Try more sexual things and then want to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, one day.
She better just
Okay.
let a trans
I
hit,
love
bro.
you.
She's
Have fun
fried.
playing poker.
I love you too.
He
Be
should
safe.
already know she.
I was gonna fuck me after this interview. I already know it.
Where? You ever get fucked in the back of a Beamer?
Yeah. Your Beamer, your whole Beamer, when you
I
lived
never
at
fucked
in
you in the
Koreatown.
back of that car.
No, I give you roadhead though.
Why? See, there's something that we don't do now.
I don't want to do that
Just
anymore.
randomly get some roadhead.
You're too famous to be driving around getting roadhead.
Yeah, that was the first thing I ever did when I got my license when I was 16. I had to pull over to.
Y'all got some top in the whip. Who else got top in the whip?
No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Thank you to my baby, my boo. I love you.
Love you too.
Hopefully everybody believes that we love each other after this. I don't know.
No, he about to kill her.
Better than our last.
Let's see it
time
in
we
his
came
We
face.
might need to do more media training.
Yeah.
As caller instructor.
Oh my god, they're gonna rip me up. They're gonna
All right,
totally
chat.
change my style. I'm gonna go to the media.
We out,
training
man.
and
I
tell
just
the
had to
media
review this
trainer
little video
how to do
real
media.
quick, get y'all reaction, man.
I got
This
my
shit
highlight
crazy. They goofy.
Appreciate y'all.
I never do that.
Hit the like button. We out.
Do not hit the like button on his shit. Hit the like button.